You look like death warmed over, my friend. This is good. Soon there will be enough of us. And we will terrorize the living until we own this night. Are you with me? Tonight is ours!
Yo, what is up, guys? Steel Vico here, and welcome back to another Spirit Halloween sneak peek. And in this one, we're going to be talking about the 6-foot Grim animatronic, who is $279.99, about $280, and I kind of consider him about $300, just because if you were to buy this one online, even though he is available in store, he would probably be at least $300. But yeah, when I first saw this animatronic, I really didn't like him whatsoever. I didn't understand the appeal at all. But after a few days now, I can say that I kind of understand the hype around him and kind of get why he's on the expensive end, because on first glance, if you really don't know about it, he just looks like a generic skeleton animatronic, and you really would be like, well, why would I buy that? It's just a generic skeleton for about $300. But the reason that this is cool is because this is Spirit's first professional grade animatronic for about a Spirit price, for a pretty fair Spirit price, because this animatronic uses servos for his movements, which is unique because the other animatronics don't use servos, and that is why his movement is so fluid, as you guys can see in the demo video, and as you're seeing it looped now. His movement is just a lot more fluid, and his head movement kind of has a bit more articulation and all that stuff, and there are servos actually controlling his eyes. They aren't just like the digitize, and yeah, so that is really cool, actually, that they're doing these professional-grade animatronics. And the reason that he is such, he doesn't have a whole lot of detail to him is because that would hike up his price a lot. This already being a professional-grade animatronic, he does look pretty good, but I still am not a big fan because I just feel he's too generic. But that's to keep the price down, so it's kind of they kind of have to do it this way, so it totally makes sense. But if you were careful, you could totally dress this guy up, to have him be a character for your haunt if you wanted to, just making sure that you're not blocking any of his movement, and you could totally kind of reskin him, which I think is totally something that they kind of had intended for this character, that you could do, just based on how, he's just a generic skeleton that you could kind of dress up to be whatever character you would need him to be for the haunt. I believe in the picture they even have him wearing a, construction helmet, for the themes. So he is definitely very cool and a little bit modular. You can kind of do different stuff with him. And another thing I do like is his voice. I think there are a few lines where he comes on very strong, and I think the lines are delivered very well. And some of them actually sound pretty cool, in my opinion, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. So, right now, I'm just going to kind of read off his description for you guys, and then his lines. Watch out when the sun dips below the horizon, and the dark blanket of night lays across your sleepy little town, because Grim and his tortured, undead brethren rise to stalk the lives of the living. Cursed to walk the night for eternity, reaping misfortune and ghastly dread to anyone unlucky enough to cross their path. Don't be fooled by their wicked sense of humor, or else, while you are laughing, you might find that your funny bone, along with the rest of your skeleton, ends up part of the army forever. This grim skeleton animatronic will send a chill down your spine this Halloween while using a combination of 3 different servos. Mr. Grimm's head movement was programmed to turn side to side, nod up and down, and tilt left to right, all at the same time to create a lifelike, complex movement. In addition, 2 more servo motors are used to control the eye movement, allowing the eyes to realistically turn up and down from side to side as he spits some bone-chilling phrases. So yeah, as I said, servo-controlled, which is unique to the other animatronics. That's more of a professional grade thing for them to do, which is definitely cool that Spirit is bringing in a few of the more professional grade animatronics. They kind of started doing this when they started having the distortions like zombie kids or whatever, the monster kids. And they kind of are branching out a little bit, which is cool to see, because they've got their kind of lower end stuff, which, are work for my purposes and most people's purposes, but then they have some more professional grade stuff for those hunters that want to take it just a step further. And now I'm just going to talk about his sayings. Your host is not here right now. They're busy burying something in the backyard. but we'll have loads of fun while they are gone. Ha. The night is young, and I'm ready to party. Are you? You best be careful where you tread on this dark night. You don't know who you will run into. Creatures and creepy crawlies lurk out from every shadow. Why, I was just hiding in your closet with the other skeletons. Perhaps we let them all out for some fun. Ha. Ah, you look like death warmed over, my friend. This is good. Soon there will be enough of us. We will terrorize the living until we own this night. Are you with me? Tonight is ours. So, something I do want to say is the tonight is ours line, I think he comes on very strongly, and I think that is the best line on here, and I think that one just sounds really cool in my opinion. It could be considered kind of cheesy, but I just think it sounds really cool, and it's kind of one of my favorite parts of the character, just his lines. I feel like that kind of is the one thing that kind of moves him up for me from being just kind of a generic skeleton. But overall, I just still don't quite get the appeal. I get the wanting to have professional props, and I would like to kind of upgrade my haunt in that way. I just don't see Grim being the first step to me doing that. I definitely could see that being the first step for a lot of haunters who are trying to upgrade to have higher quality stuff. So I definitely would say he's a solid animatronic and one many of you might consider, considering his price, which I think is pretty fair for him. But for me, I just don't quite understand the appeal. But anyway, that's about all I have to say on this Grim animatronic. He's really cool. He's just not one of my personal favorites, just because I think there are a lot more unique ones. I tend to like the ones that are just more creatively designed, versus ones that kind of have certain gimmicks, such as being a professional grade animatronic, or I do like when animatronics have a new mech, but if they don't look cool, I just don't quite understand the appeal. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on the Grim animatronic. Are you gonna be getting him? Do you guys kind of agree with me about the him not looking unique enough to be purchased? Let me know. I'd be curious to hear what you guys think on this guy. And lastly, let me know which animatronics you want me to talk about next, because I have a few more left, and I'm having trouble deciding, so let me know, because I'm going to upload this one. I'm going to wait a while before recording the next one, so you guys can let me know which one you would like to see next. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.